When someone's looking for real estate in the Bozeman area, most of the time they want views. This new construction home in Gallatin River Ranch has arguably some of the best views of the entire Gallatin Valley. We are at the top of the driveway for this home in Gallatin River Ranch, and you can see here that you have the Gallatin River. You might be able to hear the train right now that runs through the valley from Manhattan through Belgrade and then Bozeman. Bridger Mountains. So that's looking towards Belgrade and Bozeman, and then looking south. Big Sky. And then continuing west towards Three Forks. And you can see the river on that side as well. So standing in front of the home, you can immediately see the river is directly behind it. And this home sits up off the water, obviously, but the property line is 660 feet long on the river. So you definitely have some potential opportunity to build a trail down to the water, but the views will be absolutely phenomenal. You'll see from the deck. I'll take you around the side here. The grass is starting to grow in, but there's this very cute little trail to the fire pit off this side. So from the outside, you can see there's a man door to the garage right there. And then you have this patio, which is the window right there is to the kitchen. And then that door takes you to the Four Seasons room, or I think it would make a great formal dining space. It has these windows that face all the beautiful views out here. But just off of the seating area, you have your little trail. I really do feel that some of the absolute best views in Gallatin Valley are from this property. The homes that sit on this cliff face are just, you can't even describe how beautiful the views are from these homes. I hear some cranes right over my head. So that's the Gallatin River. So everything in front of you from the house to the water is part of the property. You can see there's some people fishing down there. I actually really love this section of the river for floating. If you look down towards the bridge over there, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. So the bridge there, that is your access to Gallatin River Ranch. That's your entry point. But just before the bridge, is the river access for the public. So that you could be a put-in spot if you wanted to float or fish. And you could take it all the way down to Logan. And then there's another bridge kind of by the Logan shooting range that you can come out at. It's a few hours depending on how high the river is. But it's very shallow, so it's very safe. It's actually really fantastic if you have young kids. It's a really good option. Let me zoom back out so you can see this fire pit here. So you have a lot of rock work done. And they actually have a continued little trail over here. So you could build off of that trail if you wanted to make more for your property specifically. This follows the river for a little ways. But you could definitely, with some work, build out a trail. It gets pretty steep, obviously, as you can see. But with some switchbacks, you could definitely build out a trail to the river. But heading back over here, and then you also have water right here, which is a nice add. So back towards the house, we passed a little stair step to the downstairs level, so you can access upstairs or ground level from outside if you're on the downstairs patio, the walkout. And then that opens up to your primary suite, primary bath. I just keep showing the views because they are gorgeous. All right, heading back up. All right, I'll show you the other side of the house before we head inside. Another thing to know about this spot, this home was actually built originally to be the guest home for the property. If someone's interested in building a primary residence, a larger home, that could be done, and I can show you where, kind of on the drive path out of here, that was originally intended to go. I'm going to stay off the growing grass on this side because it's still a little wet. But I'll take you around to here so you can see. So you have another water spigot. And then there is some more flatter ground on this side. Those are your closest neighbors. These are all around 20 acres, 19 and change to 20 and change. Go a little bit further here so you can see that path, or those pavers are to that walkout basement. So pretty level ground on this side of the home. And you do obviously have rock work and landscaping all the way around to the front. Those trees will grow in, create a little bit of shade. All right, let's go inside. All right, standing at the front door, you have a pretty spacious foyer here. You could definitely add a bench, coat rack, lots of room. So you could put furniture on either side. This is a LVP product, on the floor, luxury vinyl plank, so very hardy if you have dogs or kids or whatever might be going on. It definitely can hold up pretty well, especially with water. So off the front, you have this first bedroom here, obviously carpeted, and your closet. And then right next to your closet, it has an ensuite bath. It does not have a tub, but it does have a tiled shower, single vanity, frosted glass on the shower. You can see that there's corner benches, and you have shelving as well. Actually, let me show you the views out of this window. So that's the Gallatin River. I'm sure I've said that multiple times now, but it's right there, so really phenomenal views. Oh, actually, also, while we're here, that house you see to the right, that is the closest neighbor. There will not be another home built between here and that home. So that's nice to know that your view out this window will not change. And then across the way here, you have a powder bath for the main level. Darker cabinet. It's like a gray brown. I'm not sure if it conveys as well in video. And then this is your mudroom. So your garage opens up into this spacious mudroom. You have cabinets, and then you have a pole over here for hanging coats. And then you also have a storage closet as well. And then above the garage is a huge bonus room. Steel railing up the steps. Same carpet as the bedrooms. Opens up into this very large room. You can see there are skylights. And you do have views out this window as well. So there's that trail to the fire pit, and this is that patio space between the garage and the Four Seasons room. Heading back down. So back to the foyer. You have a closet right here. Currently housing window screens. And then you have another massive one over here, so no lack of storage space, that's for sure. And from here, it opens up into your living, kitchen, dining. But check out the views. Give you a quick panoramic, and then we'll see the details. Okay, so let me back up here. Off to this side, you have all these cabinets and the counter. You could make this serving area. You could make this kind of a separate space from the living room itself. Your TV outlet is to the right of the window there. Here's your view out this window, similar to that first bedroom. You really don't even need art in this house. The view outside is your art. Fireplace. Let me get in here a little bit closer so you can see. Let's see here. You don't see a lot of wood-burning fireplaces anymore, so nice to have, for sure. And then obviously 2 large sliders that open up to the deck outside. So let's go out there. Trex decking out here, very durable. And this is your incredible view. So your fire pit's over there. Those are the Bridger Mountains. So that's looking east. Looking south, you can see the river. There's a few people fishing still. Really phenomenal. Across the way also, there's a resident elk herd. They're not there today, but they're there quite often. And there's a lot of them. I don't even know how many, a few hundred at least. So this is considered a dining space, but then the room beyond it right here could also be a formal dining space. So it's up to you if you need a larger table or host a lot of people. That other room might be best, and you put a smaller table under the chandelier, or you use that other room for something completely different. So the backsplash is very similar in color, as you can see, to the counter. The shadow in the video might not show it quite as well, but they are very similar in color, very creamy. Gas range, Thermador appliances, 6 burners. Nice deep sink. View out your window is the fire pit. Trash compactor, which is something you do not see very often in homes anymore. Oh, you gotta be smarter than the equipment. There we go. And then your microwave is across, built into the island. As you can see, there's more cabinetry in the island. Here's your refrigerator. Also Thermador. And then you have your pantry. Same cabinets and countertops. And then you have open shelving at the top. All right, so the all seasons room, this door takes you to that courtyard. I'll show you that in just a second. But here are your views out of these windows. And there is a slider access to the deck from this room as well. So might make this, you could make this so many different things. It doesn't have to be a formal dining space. It's definitely big enough if you wanted to fit like a pool table or something larger. There's enough space in here. And then I'll show you that patio area. You can see the AC unit, it does have AC. Rock border, and then there's your little trail to the fire pit right there. All right. So you have one bedroom up, then you have the bonus room over the garage, and now we're gonna head downstairs. There's the primary suite and another bedroom, and then you also have a wine room. Hold on, I want to show you the view out this window as well. It's really stunning views. Okay. Probably hear humming, that's the mechanical room. I have the door open. So when you get to the bottom, let me kind of give you a lay of the land. Get to the bottom of the steps, you have your bedroom here, you have a wine room, your mechanical, laundry, and then over here is your primary suite. So let's take a left. This is your second of 3 bedrooms. So it's a little bit longer than the one upstairs. I would say they're probably the same width, but it's a little bit longer. So you'd likely put your bed on this wall. You could put it over here. There is enough room for a queen size bed, so keep that in mind. But the way the outlets are situated, I would imagine it's gonna go on that first wall. And you have 2 closets in this one. And then again, single vanity in here and frosted glass with the shower. This is a lighter gray tile than the other one, but very similar with the corner shelving and the corner bench. And small detail, this, your water faucet is separate from the shower head so that you can turn it on without being right in front of it. The little things. I don't want to get hit with cold water. All right. So next to this is your wine room. So as you can see, a ton of storage. I don't even know how many bottles this can hold, but lots and lots. You can add a few chairs, bistro table if you'd like, or something more comfortable. Across the way is your laundry room. Tons of counter space, as you can see. Washer and dryer hookups would go right there. This is an interesting thing here, is your lint trap is up here. So you can access to clean out the dryer vent, which I think is very nice to have. So you're actually doing it frequently, since that is a super dangerous and common reason why homes catch fire. So lots of counter space, lots of cabinets in your laundry room. Take a peek at this mechanical room because it's huge. Lots of space. You can see the floor drains are in place. And then I'm going to take you through this way to the primary suite. So you see, this is your main entrance into the primary suite. You again have a fireplace. This one's gas, not wood burning. Really quickly show you one of the 2 walk-in closets for this room. So lots of space in here. All right, so you have your own sliders out to the walkout patio. I think you would probably put your bed on this wall, but you could put it over here as well. It just depends on what you want your view to look like. There's definitely room for a king-size bed on either wall. And then from here, you can go into the bathroom, which is very spacious. Back up and give you the full view. So you have lots of cabinet space over here, makeup vanity, more cabinet space, and then over here you have your sinks. You have under cabinet lighting if you didn't notice that. Separate toilet. Walk-in shower. Does have that powdered glass, just like the others. And then your tub, and that's your view from your tub. So peaceful. Oh, and then over here, before we go outside, is your other walk-in closet. So this one's probably twice the size of the other one. The other one was a pretty great size. Okay, so now back to your laundry room. So now let's go out the sliders for the primary suite. You saw it from the other angle. So we have a 2-car garage, and it is wide enough. You could fit 2 trucks in here. And as you can see, there's a little bump out in the back, so you can definitely fit a full-size rig if you needed to. This is the man door that goes out to the patio. You can see it is heated. And then you have a storage closet right here. Right now it's got paints and stuff in it, but you could certainly add shelves if you needed to, whatever you want to store. And then another nice feature is the hot and cold water spigot. Not something you see in every garage, so that is a nice feature to have as well. Show you the angle from here. And then come out here and just kind of give you an idea of the grade of the drive. So you obviously have the pad, and then you have gravel beyond it, and it's flat, gently sloping here, and then it goes up to your driveway up that way. If you are looking for a home that has stunning views, Gallatin River frontage, and is within 30 minutes of Bozeman, this might be the one for you. So reach out if you have any more interest. I would love to provide you details, and please follow along for more Bozeman property tours.